everyone, welcome to the Charles Oliveira fan club. If you're a fan of Charles Oliveira or of the UFC in general, make sure to subscribe because I will be posting some really good videos. That being said, this is my first proper video. I've posted a few edits, but in terms of actual videos, this is my first one. And in today's video, I'm going to go over my predictions for the top 3 fights of UFC 306, the Sphere card. Overall, the card is pretty disappointing, I'm going to be honest. I mean, Dana White said it was going to be the greatest live sporting event of all time, and the card turned out to be 3 good fights, and then just a bunch of unranked Mexicans facing cans. So it was very disappointing. I thought they were going to be like 3 title fights with like some crazy fights like Charles Oliveira versus like Volkanovski or something like that. But yeah, I mean, the card that we did get was pretty disappointing, but there are 3 good fights on this card, and I'll be doing predictions for those 3 fights. Now, normally I would do predictions for the full main card, but the other 2 fights on the card are Odi Osbourne versus Ronaldo Rodriguez, which no one cares about, and another fight that I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, I just watched the press conference for this. It was a pretty dead press conference, I'm going to be honest. I mean, Odi Osbourne and Ronaldo Rodriguez were the best part of this, and I mean, that's saying something, dude. I mean, Sean O'Malley genuinely has no personality. That guy is an NPC. But anyway, let's get into the predictions. My first prediction is for the featured fight at featherweight between Brian Ortega and Diego Lopez. Brian Ortega is the number 3 ranked featherweight in the world, and Diego Lopez is the 13th ranked featherweight in the world. Brian Ortega coming into this fight as a plus 150 underdog, Diego Lopez as a minus 180 favorite. And I mean, that is saying something about Diego Lopez. He's one of the biggest prospects inside of the whole UFC. To be a favorite against Brian Ortega is pretty impressive. I mean, Brian Ortega, he's fought some of the best guys. He almost beat Volkanovski, who's arguably the best featherweight of all time. But yeah, it is a very close fight. Both of them have very, very good jiu-jitsu. But I will be predicting Diego Lopez to win by a TKO in round 1. I know most people are predicting him to win by unanimous decision, and if he does, he'll probably win the first 2, and then Ortega will win the 3rd. But I think he can knock Ortega out. I mean, Ortega doesn't have bad striking, but Diego Lopez's striking is much better, and Diego Lopez does have a lot more power. Diego Lopez is huge for featherweight, and I think he definitely can use that to his advantage here. With all that power, I think he can knock Brian Ortega out. I mean, like, Brian Ortega doesn't have bad striking or anything, but I think Diego Lopez is definitely better in the striking, and he can knock out Brian Ortega. And I mean, Brian Ortega could shoot a takedown, but I mean, Diego Lopez's jiu-jitsu is also very, very good. It's not like Diego Lopez is Yair Rodriguez, where you can just take him down and submit him. I mean, it's going to be very hard for Brian Ortega to submit Diego Lopez, and vice versa if Diego Lopez tries to take Ortega down. It is going to be very hard for both of them to get a finish on the ground, to get a submission. But I think Diego Lopez is probably more likely to get a submission than Ortega. But I think if Diego Lopez does win by finish, it would be a TKO, just because he is a lot better than Brian Ortega at striking in terms of what we've seen. Maybe Ortega's been cooking, but based off what we've seen in the last performances and stuff, I think Diego Lopez is going to knock him out in round 1. I am 100% on the Diego Lopez hype train, and I do believe that he can be a future champion one day. But anyway, that's my prediction for this fight. Diego Lopez by round 1 TKO. Next fight is Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko 3 in the co-main event at the women's flyweight division. Alexa Grasso is the flyweight champion, and Valentina Shevchenko is the number 1 contender at flyweight. Grasso is a minus 130 favorite coming into the fight, and Shevchenko is a plus 110 underdog going into the fight. No matter what happens, I think it is definitely going to be a close fight. I think it is going to go to a split decision. It is a very hard fight to pick a winner for. Both of these girls are very, very good. I mean, Grasso has youth on her side. She's quicker, she's more agile. But Shevchenko, in my opinion, has the skill advantage and does have more experience. So it is very, very hard to pick a winner. But I do think that Valentina Shevchenko is going to get it done here. And I think she's going to do it by split decision. I think two judges are going to give it to her 48-47, and then one judge is going to be a little bit biased and give it 48-47 Grasso, but it's not going to be like a really controversial card. Like, it's definitely going to be a close fight, but I think Valentina Shevchenko is going to win it. I don't know, man. I just think she's more skilled and more experienced. I think that beats out Grasso's youth and speed and agility. Yeah, it's also an underdog pick. I do like picking underdogs, so that definitely did go into my pick here. So yeah, I would not be surprised if Alexa Grasso wins though. Because Alexa Grasso is very good, and when Valentina Shevchenko retires, maybe because Shevchenko is getting older, I think Grasso is definitely gonna take over and become the champ again. But yeah, that's my prediction. Valentina Shevchenko by split decision in the co-main event. And now for the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Sean O'Malley is the current bantamweight champion and is a -135 favorite in this fight. Merab Dvalishvili is the #1 bantamweight contender and is a +114 underdog against Sean O'Malley. This is a very intriguing fight to make. It's definitely one of the top fights to make inside of the UFC, and it's such an intriguing matchup because each of these guys are each other's nightmare matchups. Sean O'Malley is an elite striker. He's very good at keeping distance, he has very good footwork, and he has insane KO power. His last fight was against Chito Vera at UFC 299. He had a very dominant performance there. I think like one of the judges gave it 50-44 for O'Malley, so very, very good. And then before that, he won the belt off Aljamain Sterling, who is one of the best bantamweights of all time, so that's a very impressive win. And then Merab is an elite wrestler. His last win is Henry Cejudo, and before that he 50-45'd Petr Yan. So yeah, Merab, very good wrestler. He has insane cardio, probably the best cardio inside of the UFC. The guy has a gas tank that can last like 5 days. It's insane. So yeah, these guys are dangerous for each other. I see two ways of this fight going. Either Sean O'Malley knocks out Merab, or Merab gets a decision win over Sean O'Malley. Merab is not finishing Sean O'Malley. Merab never finishes anyone in the UFC. So those are the two possibilities I foresee, and I have been flip-flopping my pick before this fight, but now I'm locked in on Sean O'Malley by KO in round 2. I think Sean O'Malley is going to knock out Merab in round 2. I just think Sean O'Malley is just going to keep distance throughout round 1 and then just knock him out in round 2. I think it's going to be pretty much the same as the Aljo fight. Or I can see Merab sort of wrestling Sean O'Malley in round 1, you know, maybe winning that round, and then in round 2, O'Malley keeps distance and then knocks out Merab. So yeah, that's my prediction for this fight. Sean O'Malley by KO in round 2, but you never know, Merab could pull out a decision win against Sean O'Malley. But yeah, my pick is locked in for the main event, Sean O'Malley by KO in round 2. Anyway, that is going to be it for my predictions for UFC 306, Noche UFC, the Sphere card, whatever you want to call it. Those are my predictions, locked in. Tell me what your picks are in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a fan of Charles Oliveira or of the UFC in general. Tell me what you guys thought of this video. Your feedback would be much appreciated. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.